Either you had a song on TV, on radio, or watched a song on TV.
We didn't watch Tom and Jerry.
I found a love that feels like a dream.
Hello guys, welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. This video is different from all my other videos that I do. They're usually vlogs, how I go about my days. This is a sit down and I'm doing it with my sister. Yes, that's my sister. So as you can tell from the title, not sure if I would include this in the title, but anyway, we are going to do it's like, I don't know if it's a challenge or what, but we just want to discuss like our 10-year differences. We have a 10-year gap in our ages, and we just thought we'd do a video like discussing what things are like totally different in the 10-year gap. That's a whole decade. I'm her big sister and she's my little sister, so let's just get this video started. We're just going to discuss like the different things we did in the different times, and I'm going to take the lead in this one. So our growing up in different eras, what cartoons or shows did you watch during your time?
I watched SpongeBob, I watched Breadwinners, I watched Sanjay and Craig. Okay, mainly I was a fan of Nickelodeon back in the days when I was still very young.
So guys, when I was still young, first of all, we didn't own a TV. Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, we didn't own a TV. I think we owned a TV when I was like in P3. That's all I can say is that we didn't own a TV at the time. And I remember that we used to watch Teletubbies. If you remember the Teletubbies back then on WBS TV. WBS. Do you remember WBS?
Yeah, I remember.
Yes, I remember.
It was black and white, right?
We had a black and white TV, then it got spoiled. Then I think by the time by the time Dad bought another TV, those were like the cartoons that were there. Teletubbies, that's what we used to watch.
We didn't watch Tom and Jerry.
Not really. I just heard about it. Toys you played with? What toys did you play with?
Well, I used to have a doll, but anyway, I wasn't a person of toys. Honestly. Yeah, but I had a doll. I used to dress it up. I used to have clothes for it. Dress it up. I put it to bed. Okay, I was taking care of it as if it was my own baby back in the day.
Wow, first back in the days. Okay, did I ever own a doll? I don't quite remember. Maybe I did, but I remember we used to play balls, like balls made of Kavera.
Oh yeah, actually.
Yes,
so
you did.
Yeah.
And then we also used to make like babies out of banana fiber.
No, mine was real.
Okay. So first we used to make baby dolls out of banana fiber, and they used to teach those things in school. Like they used to teach them at school, but then also like in my neighborhood, as kids we used to make those kinds of dolls. Then how we
like you didn't play with other kids like playing these games hide and seek?
No, we played hide and seek. We played it was called Mama Natata back in the day. We played that.
I also played that.
Yeah, but what else? I think those were the games. Then we also used to ride bikes. Yeah, so me, I grew up with boys. I have a big brother and then a brother who follows me. Then we also had like lots of little boys in the neighborhood, so we used to ride bikes.
Do you remember this GTA game on the?
Yes,
the
I remember. Oh,
I was a fan of that game.
Okay.
You didn't play?
No. Okay, that came a bit later in life. I feel like that I was already in high school. Yeah, I was already in high school. I think about like childhood things, and then how weekends or holidays felt back then versus now. What were your holidays like?
Well, during the holiday, back then mom was a mobile trader, so she would go to work, then she would leave me with Lucky, our big brother. So like during the weekend I would stay home with him, maybe we'd watch a movie, or sometimes we'd go and like we take a walk around the neighborhood. Yeah.
Wow, I don't remember my holidays being like that. not at all. All I remember is that at the time our mom operated a shop, and she had not yet started moving like from place to place. So weekends, holidays, shit was always the same. Like you're home, you're not going anywhere. Then the technology grew up. First phone experience. What was your first phone? What was the first phone you held?
The first phone I held, I think it was Techno. This button phone.
A button phone?
Yeah, until me I got in from one.
Oh, you got in Form 1. So the first time I held a phone was in Senior 4, and it was also a button phone. I think it was also a Techno button phone that my dad gave me.
Me, I didn't start with a smartphone.
Okay, me too. I didn't start with a smartphone. I started with a Techno button phone. Anyway, school internet access. When was the first time you accessed internet? Was it at school? At home?
No, actually at home, because I remember those days when Facebook was still, very
Famous.
should I say very famous, so very effective. Like I had my account on my mom's phone.
Oh,
Yeah. I
So
also
it
had
was at
an
home.
account on Honest's phone. Yeah, it was at home.
okay.
What
The first time I accessed internet was at school, in O level, and then I also remember during holidays we used to go to internet cafes.
Oh, I remember. I used to go.
We used to go to internet cafes just to surf. Yeah, back in the day we used to call it surfing. What you guys call searching on the internet these days, or asking ChatGPT. Perhaps you used to call it surfing. Yeah. So we used to go to internet cafes to surf. Like you pay money, you pay 500 shillings for 30 minutes, and then you're busy updating your Facebook profile with some Rihanna picture or Beyonce picture, not even a picture of yourself.
But wait, the internet cafes still they still in use? The people still go there all?
Yeah, internet cafes are actually still there. I've even seen some around Kampala, even around Mutinda, but I don't think people still use them that much anymore.
Seriously.
It must be a bit different. So, social media differences. What was your first social media app that you ever joined?
Just like I said,
Facebook. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, me, it was not Facebook. It was some other app, but I don't remember what it used to be called. Guys, you can comment in the comment section. The social media app that was there before Facebook went viral. I just don't remember what its name was, but
Was there one?
yeah, there was one that was there before Facebook. But now, what is your favorite app lately? Like the app you use most?
TikTok.
I knew it's TikTok.
Instagram.
I'm an Instagram person. Do I love TikTok? Yes, I love TikTok. I'm on TikTok, but I think I spend most of my time on Instagram. Yep. Then what about like school life? How were you guys disciplined back in the day at school? Were you guys? Meanwhile, guys, I'm saying back in the day, she just finished Form 6, but okay, let's talk about primary. Like, how were you guys disciplined? Were you caned?
Yeah, actually, what came?
They used to cane you, guys. And in
yeah.
high school?
No, high school it was very. Maybe my A level school was a bit
Strict.
very strict.
Okay, guys, the last time I was caned was what? In P7?
Wait,
Yeah.
the whole of high school you were never leaving the hand.
Yes, I was never, because my my O-level school never used to cane, but my A-level school they used to cane. They actually caned me when I was in senior
Me
6.
too.
Guys.
No, but
Anyway.
the last time I was came that was in Form 5. Form 6 I've been.
Okay, still talking about school. What is the inner pressure like? Do you feel like, is it too much?
Yeah, it's too much. Okay, you see these days, I don't know if the competition is still on. Like most students be competing for these government sponsorships. So of course now the pressure is too much. People want to do translate. They want to do late night extensions. And they wake up very early for morning prep. So yeah, the pressure is there. And also decide to be a chillaxer and you still
I get it.
still
Okay,
excel.
we too during our time, there's pressure. But I feel like the pressure these days is a bit different. Reason being, at the time there were private universities, yes, but they were not as many as they are now.
Yeah, indeed.
Yes. So everyone felt like they have to make it to the big public universities, and you know what I'm talking about, either Makerere, Chambago, or Must. Yeah, those big public universities. I feel like the pressure back then was a bit much more than what is there now. I don't know if it's just in my head, but I also feel like now people have lots of options, like lots of private universities they can go to, compared to what was there back in the day.
Yeah, and also there is this mindset after all. At the end of the day, it's the person with the most connections with those two. So, but anyway, maybe that's minor.
No, it's actually not. At the end of the day, yeah, at the end of the day, even when you've attained your education, like, your circle really matters. Your circle matters. Okay, we go on to the next. How you guys discover music lately? First, it used to be radio. Either you had a new song on radio or watched it on TV.
But there is this app, Shazam. If you listen to a song and you like it, you just start to Shazam, then it brings you the title. Then maybe you can search for it on Spotify.
Spotify.
Yeah.
First, we didn't have Spotify. Either you listen to a song. Actually, for us, we even had cassettes.
Mine was using tapes.
Yes, the one which used to use tapes. Then from those tapes, they introduced the CDs. Then from the CDs,
flash disc.
Yeah, things kept on evolving like that. But either you had a song on radio or watched a song on TV. That's the only way you got to know what new music was trending. What snacks, like what snacks were trending back in the day.
Well, me, I'm a fan of Gorillaz, Sam's products, as well as Newman's.
First, we had Team Maria. Do you know?
Yeah, I know.
Do you know Team Maria? They used to be like small biscuits, like three. At first, they used to be 3, then they reduced them to 2. And then we also had we had some countries called Safi. Do you know Safi?
Yeah, by the way. But is it still on market?
I don't know. Guys, is Safi still on market? We don't know. You guys need to tell us if Safi is still on market. Back in school, what were your canteens like? Like break time, would you guys have to like scramble on the canteen? Same.
Yeah,
Still the same.
I think it has been the same throughout. Like, but I think there are some schools which you find they have like about 2 to 3 canteens. So maybe the congestion is a bit reduced.
How many canteens did you have in your school?
Well, in my primary school there were 3. Then in my O-level school, I think there were 2.
Let me tell you, the number of canteens does not solve the problem of congestion.
Yeah, still, yeah. But
because I remember my O-level school, we had 4 canteens, but still there's always that 1 or 2 canteens that were always congested.
There is that season where you find people are not buying, students are not buying.
Yes,
yes.
Ah.
But these days, people don't get broke at school.
I know, right? I hear people these days carry school fees of 2 million shillings, carry pocket money of 2 million shillings. Anyway, then also the things that we used to think were expensive back in the day or luxury at school, I think these days they are no more, especially like in some schools. So first, in my A-level school, for someone to buy like samosas or sausages at break time, my dear, that was expensive. Like, it was not an everyday thing, because they used to sell them at a very high price compared to like the normal market price. So for a kid to buy those things like every time.
Well, for us at school, like, there are these students who would brand cool kids. okay, these students, these guys who would carry these, how do they, these leather cases. Because for us at our school,
They allowed them. They would allow them.
because for us at our school, most of us would carry metallic cases.
Yeah.
There are those guys who had these big leather cases, nice sneakers. They come to school with like 4 pairs of shoes.
Wow. Wow. For us, all the schools I went to, please, all of you had to carry those metallic cases. Then, like parenting differences. Are there some rules that you feel changed like at home?
I don't think so.
Yes, me, I think you might not know them, but me, I know that
Like
there are
which
some
one?
rules that changed at home. For example, I feel like mommy is not as strict with you the way she was strict with me.
Really?
Yes, she is not, because with me she was very strict on literally everything, like what you wear, where you go. I remember even one time I was beaten for laughing a certain way. So really, yes, I was beaten because I laughed a certain way that was unpleasant for a girl child to laugh in that way. So I feel like with me, mommy was so strict, very strict compared to how she is with you. Yeah, those are some of our differences that we experienced in our different time gaps, in our 10-year time gap. Guys, a whole decade. Yeah, she's making 20, I made 30, so it's a whole decade. We are a decade apart. And yes, guys, if you feel there are some experiences that fall in my timeline, please share them. Those that fall in her timeline, please share them. Yeah, if you've made it this far into watching this video, thank you so much for watching. And please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye.